inyong lahat. Ako po si G. Tanji. For Talk Tuesdays para sa ating buwan ng Hulyo, pag-uusapan po natin ang Americanization ng ating pagkatao at kulturang Pilipino. We have a very impressive and distinguished panel of educators that have agreed to discuss this important topic, starting off with Carolina San Juan, an adjunct professor at Cal State Dominguez Hills for Asian Pacific and Women's Studies. Her research focuses on popular entertainment, including vaudeville, and more recently, comedy skits by Filipino-American YouTube celebrities. Kasama rin natin si John Paul de Guzman, who's a postdoctoral scholar at the UC Center for New Racial Studies and a lecturer at UC Santa Barbara. He studies the intersections of race, space, and activism. Kasama rin natin si Carol Ojeda-Kimbrough, who is an adjunct faculty in Asian American Studies at California State University in Fullerton, where she specializes in Filipino-American experience as well as Asian American women and families. And lastly, si Enrique de la Cruz, Professor Emeritus of Asian American Studies from Cal State University, Northridge. Welcome to Kababayan Today, our distinguished panel. So impressive, but thank you for being here. I'm excited to get so many great minds together in one room. So let's start off. Americanization. It's a big word, it's a long word, but what does it mean specifically to you? Carolina?
Oh, well, Americanization is, this topic. It's big. All of us have spent a lifetime investigating what it means to be Filipino, what it means to be American. I think for me, it was really shaped by my father's experience in the military, right? Growing up in San Diego, but then also being stationed back in the Philippines. So I'm one of the few Philams that still speaks Tagalog. Nananagalog din pa ako, right?
Okay.
At naintindihan ko lahat, right? And because of that, it puts me in this space where I can code switch with this accent, where I'm very American, but then I can easily go to Pinay and everything's fine, right? And I know what's happening. So I think for me, being American is really about knowing what that distinct boundary is.
Okay, and the boundaries are different for each and every person.
Every setting, different because I'm a woman, different because I'm in California. You know, my sister's in Texas. That's very different, right? So it's about really understanding what the boundaries are and what appropriate behavior is. And because I'm a woman of color, it's constantly negotiating.
Okay. Second generation Filipino-American?
Second generation, yes, second generation.
Second generation, okay. Second generation also, JP, yes. For you, when someone says, oh, you're so Americanized, what does that mean to you?
Well, I think it's, that's always frustrating because I think behind that is a lot of assumptions. It's a lot of not fully understanding exactly what Carolina was talking about in terms of that there are these boundaries, but they're boundaries that are very messy and they intersect and that we negotiate and make choices every single day. And so when someone says, oh, well, you're either so Americanized or you're so Filipino, it ignores that complexity. And indeed, that ignores that I may be, or someone might be considered Americanized, but we want to think about, well, what are we Americanizing into? And those are some of the things that always go through my head.
Yes, because that's also the work that you deal with is race, you know, so complex and very relevant today.
Absolutely.
You know, we're talking about it, it's in the news all the time. But when are we going to talk about this in our culture? I think we need to talk about it because I'm sorry to call it out, but sometimes the Filipino can be really discriminating. Sadly enough. Okay, moving to the first generation. Is that a statement or what?
Wow, she went there.
Okay. Oo, kaya ko pinagtabi, hindi naman. Pinagtabi ko kasi first generation, laki sa Pilipinas, dumating dito sa Amerika. Pag sinasabihan kayo ng Americanized, what does that mean to you? How do you define that? Carol?
Well, I came here when I was 19, so adult na, no? Pero at the same time, hindi ako natapos sa Pilipinas. So dito na ako nag-aral, and it's different. So even though I was 19 when I came here, sa akin, Americanization, it sounds like it's in opposition to something. It's more than that. It's almost like pag uuwi ako sa Pilipinas, so Americanized ka na. It's negative. It always sounds negative. But to me, as a Filipino, as a person of color, as an immigrant in the U.S., to be Americanized means acceptance also. So it could be positive, it could be negative, depending on a situation.
Yes.
But to immediately think of Americanization as a negative is also not fair.
Right. Assumptions ka agad, di ba? Ako, pag sinasabihin, pag naririnig ko yung, Americanized na yan masyado, it means sometimes, walang modo, walang respeto, di ba? So let's not judge if it's negative or positive. Tito Enrique, ikaw naman, Americanized ka na, ha? So you talk about it like you're proud of it.
Well, let's put it this way. Because I came here when I was to pursue graduate studies. So I have been, technically speaking, I have been thoroughly socialized in the Philippines already. And so my identity has never varied. Sino ka ba? Ano ka ba? Filipino. I mean, that's the instinctive reaction.
Miski matagal ka na dito sa Amerika.
Miski matagal na ako dito. But, okay, let's think about, okay, so how do I think about the Philippines? Yun ang ano eh. And to me ngayon, no? Kasi yung mga anak ko lumaki na dito. Yung asawa ko, napangasawa ko dito. So what do you think about the Philippines in terms of Americanization, no? To me, the Philippines is now a destination. And the United States, Los Angeles, is home.
Interesting, because we still hear of Filipinos that always say, I miss home, referring to the Philippines, right? When we return, kasama pa rin natin ang ating panel, and we will be discussing naman colonialism and imperialism. Heavy ba? We'll be right back. Don't go away.